everyone. I'm Reverend Dr. Cat, Come on in. You know me from old Facebook days. Come on into my kitchen. Ooh. Welcome to Your Best You. Hi, Joan.
Hi.
Joan's here, my co-host, Joan Kazmarzik.
How you doing today? Welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome to the kitchen.
Into the kitchen we are. And so as you can see, I've been setting up some things because, believe it or not, we're actually coming right into the autumn season. And the windows have been opened and the air is blowing through and the skies are blue and it's a lovely day here in Connecticut. So I hope that you're having as well of a good day. Now, when I do this and when you get it are all different times. So I try to make this as timeless as possible. But we are in pumpkin season. Pumpkin spice time.
And beautiful gourds.
So I'm going to be cooking a little chicken dish tonight. And as you know, I work with the chakras all the time. And so here we have today's color. I bet you know what this is. Beautiful, isn't it?
It's a beautiful tea rose. It really is.
Yellow is the color. Yellow is the color. And it's the color so oftentimes associated with friendship. We think of the yellow rose of friendship, right?
Yes.
I'm going to just wipe my hands off a little bit. So with the yellow rose of friendship, we have this kind of joyful expression of the color yellow, which is our third chakra, and it is our solar plexus, the sun.
The sun,
right?
yes.
So
And
the
also
sun,
and associated with our stomach and all of our inner workings for food, our intake of food and the joy
of cooking,
the
too.
joy of cooking.
But the joy of eating. And food is very much a communal, friendship-y kind of thing we do.
Yeah, it is.
We like to share food.
Yeah, we do. Think of all the times when we've had, our Thanksgiving dinners, Christmas dinners, Easter dinners, or even just getting together with a bunch of friends for pizza. And it's all, and it always brings us such joy to be together with people and sharing that food.
I cook all the time.
She
because
does.
I'm very particular about my food. You know me, I'm an all-natural cat. I am all organic. I have been at that for, I would say, without interruption, a little over 10 years now. Throughout my life, on and off. But this has been a steady, consistent path that I've been on for health. And I think that, as I've said so many times in charts, food matters. So today I have organic yellow for color today, peppers. And I brought a red pepper as well because that was our first chakra. I didn't see any orange peppers in the grocery store, so alas.
Oh, yes. I like red peppers, though.
No, I like the red and yellow. I don't like the green.
No,
They repeat on me.
same here. So needless to say, we don't cook with green peppers.
I don't like, the only time I've done a green pepper is if I've stuffed it. And even then I prefer the red to the green.
Yep.
So it's just my preference,
Yep.
choice.
And what's nice, when Kat got back to Connecticut 10 years ago and she would ask me to go try to find some organic food for her, you couldn't find any.
It was so hard for
It
me.
was almost impossible.
I lived off of potatoes.
You couldn't find anything. And now you can go into pretty much any grocery store.
Potatoes, spirulina, I did what I needed to do, obviously, but there wasn't an abundance of fresh produce that was organic
No.
at all. Okay, so
Wasn't
let me
there.
just let you know that on the oven, I have the oil pretty hot burning, ready to go. It's ready to drop anything in. And in the refrigerator, I pre-sliced organic thighs. It's organic chicken. I didn't eat fish or meat or at all for many, many years. But then I started reincorporating it in certain kinds. For me, and you have to do what's best for you, certainly, you know. But I'm a huge advocate of making sure that we're getting clean food, non-processed food. And what I'm going to do right now is an old grandmama trick. I put in this paper bag some spices and flour. The flour is the flour of regular and some quinoa. Now I have a bag of chicken. It's
I think she's gonna do a little thing like we used to hear about when we were kids.
chicken bacon. Chicken bacon.
Well, it's a great way to get the chicken coated quickly
Right.
and evenly,
Even coating for the chicken.
Yeah.
That's nice.
without fussing with it too much.
Of course, Ruby's here in the little chair.
Yes, he is.
Oh, you can hear the sizzle
Oh,
of
yeah.
that.
Oh, yes, you can. I think that oil is definitely ready.
Yeah, the oil's ready. What I will do is add a tiny little bit more of fresh oil. Again, organic. Ready, Freddie? Woo! We're gonna get a little sizzle and pop. That's why I move away.
Oh, yeah. Always be careful when you're cooking.
I pretty much cook every day for the house here.
Yes, she does. Perfect.
This you have to throw away, folks. This is not reusable. You must understand it had raw chicken in it.
So always, for safety, get rid.
So I always make sure that I don't put such an amount in that I'm wasting. But I always make sure I put enough in that it's evenly coated. And now I'm just gonna shush it in the pan. This is a copper pan. I like to cook in clean cookware as well. I oftentimes use glass, but the copper gives a nice even heat, so it's a nice thing to be able to have the copper.
Yeah.
And this is basically a pan, almost like the French cookery pans, where you can take it right from the top and put it right into the oven.
into
So
the
it's
oven, yeah.
perfect. You know, you can get a meal going, and then I go to bed earlier and wake up earlier. So by the time Joan gets home, she wants to eat later, it's in the oven.
Right. She can put it in there and put it on a low heat just to keep it warm.
Easy
breezy. So that when I get home, I have a warm meal.
Right.
So that's always a beautiful thing.
See how hard cooking is?
Yeah.
It's just chicken sitting in a pan with oil. I tease. Okay, so here's the nice little, again, we want to do fairly even, even on the slices. That way you get even cooking. If you ever watch any of the cook shows, that's one thing they'll look for is that consistency, you
Yeah.
know?
They look for your knife skills. They look for consistent, pieces. So that, again, because as you said, it cooks more evenly that way.
Yes. Otherwise, you'll have one piece that's not cooked and one piece that's over or undercooked.
Yeah.
And so cut the pieces into what would be considered a mouth-sized bite. It would be the polite bite.
Yeah.
And sometimes you go out and you've got the thing so big and you're trying to cut it and you.
And there's some, yeah. And have you ever chased something around the plate? I mean, that's just not.
So
Not a good
remember
thing.
that the reason why I cook my food isn't because I wouldn't go out. If there was a place that had home-cooked organic foods or fresh caught fish, of course I will eat that food.
Right.
But when I'm practicing self-love and self-care, the food that I want to eat is the food that's going to let my microbial life go, I feel so good. She put the right stuff in there. And then you wake up the next morning and you go, I feel so good. I slept so good, So that's why I do it. It's because it makes me feel good and it's a healthier lifestyle. Now, it's not easy because a lot of times you're not invited to places or allowed into things. So, that happened now for everyone.
Yeah.
And now we're going through another kind of cycle of it. So
Yeah,
but I understand it. There was no place to go and no one, because everybody's going out and eating, and I'm like, I can't eat that food. It literally will make me sick, So.
Yeah.
And I don't like being sick.
Yeah. That's no fun at all.
No. So that's why
given
I
the
eat
choice,
healthy
yeah.
food. And that's why I encourage everyone to eat it, because a lot of times they'll sell you the food and they'll tell you that this is a really good healthy food, but if it's filled with pesticides and germicides and GMOs and, herbicides and
God knows what
everything that's a side is poison, which is to keep it so we were talking about this the other day.
Yes.
There was a time when we used to plant so that it was biodiverse and the earth was always refueled,
rejuvenating itself.
But now we strip the land and grow one crop, and it depletes all of the value of the soil. So then we go, oh, it's got bugs. It has bugs because the soil's been depleted, which has made the immune system go down, and now it can get sick and invite in the bugs.
Right.
Now the show is about a 25-minute show. So I'm doing about a 25-minute dish. And the only thing that I pre-prepared before I came on was I sliced up the little chicken, to stretch it. You don't need a lot of meat. You just need a little bit. 2 ounces is good, really, really it is. Per person, really, with other things. And I put the flour and my spices in the bag. Secret spices are never told. Why? Because they're secret.
Exactly. It can be secret. We see that on a lot of shows too. It's like they go to these places. Oh, well, it's our secret spice blend. Oh, what's in it? Well, if I told you that, it wouldn't be a secret anymore.
I hope you heard that, because I don't know what you said. I'm in the middle of trying to do this too. But listen, I don't want to bring a hot frying pan up to the screen. If I had a nice little cook stove here, I could maybe with the top camera, but I'm not moving hot oil.
No.
So I'll talk us through it. And you figure it's been sitting on this side for about 3 to 5 minutes. You can see it's already cooked through the glass top part here. Well, I can. Sorry. I also have this handy, can you see it? Screen. See it? It's got holes in it and it's like a silicone. There you go. See? That's to catch the oil.
So it doesn't splash.
So when I take up the glass top, I can put that down right away. Nobody gets hurt. On the back burner, every Friday, Saturday, I make organic grass-fed beef for Joan's dogs.
And they love it. That's their special treat.
That's what's there.
We cut that up and mix it right in with their food, and that is definitely the highlight of their week.
They get it every week.
Mm-hmm.
I like that tool I was using, but I'll use it again. Joan usually goes and finds me I'm really bringing you into my kitchen, you can tell, because I'm talking and walking around
Yep.
and doing things while we're here together. But I'm always looking for new kind of little tools that work with glass and these kind of old picker things, That looks nice.
That does.
So I'm going to put it back on now that I have the chicken. You gotta watch chicken. You gotta make sure you cook chicken.
Yes.
And also you don't want to overcook it. So now I've cooked the chicken just separately in their nice little mixture that they were shake and baked in. And I'm putting the peppers right in the middle. Because not everybody likes peppers. So today I'm not mixing everything together. Then you turn it up and you let it cook in there. Oftentimes I'll go ahead and let me sit and join you, and I'll have a little
Please.
glass.
Just like that over.
Oftentimes I add garlic. I add garlic to everything, but I drink garlic juice too. So. But with this meal I didn't. Plus, because I want my little chihuahua to have some chicken.
Yeah, you can't have it if you got the garlic in it.
Or not even the onions aren't really
Yeah.
good. So
Yeah.
I just decided, sans the garlic, sans the onion, just nice chicken with some peppers in the middle, some beautiful organic oil, and my secret seasoning.
She's a very good cook. She's beyond very good. So
There we go with that. Well, I do love food. It's so yummy, isn't it? Doesn't food just make you feel really good? I mean, when we get to eat food after a long day and relax and have some food and like have some wine,
Yep.
This is a little organic red wine, and Joan, you're drinking organic
rosé.
rosé. Saluta.
Saluta.
Salute. It's Saturday night. And let me take a sip.
Nice.
I love wine. But again, I'm fussy about my wine. Because the wine indeed also has to be organic. Although some wines that are grown in other countries, you don't have to have it as organic.
Yeah.
Because they don't use all the herbicides
Right,
and
right, 'cause
pesticides
we've got-
genetically modified that we do in this country.
Yeah. So I think we've gotten a Chilean wine or something.
Now, the thing about the peppers is some people don't want it overcooked. You don't get the crunch and you lose a lot of the nutrient.
Right.
That's why I didn't do,
You didn't do it all at
all
once.
the peppers in
Yeah.
the beginning in the oil and then put the chicken in. I shifted it up a little bit for us. It's bubbling nice, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Fried red peppers or fried green tomatoes or whatever you want, but these are just in a little oil sauteing.
Yeah. That looks great.
Now, in addition to that, we can add the pepper.
Yep.
Okay. And a little zhuzh of that.
Fresh ground pepper, of course.
I'm not huge on salt, but it is very good for us. And if you get the right kind of salt, then you're actually getting a good, like minerals and, some Himalayan salts, the Himalayan pink salts,
And you just need a
Celtic
little bit.
black salt, the Irish, kosher Jewish salts.
Yeah.
But get your salt.
Oh, yeah, you don't need to put
Just
a
a
lot on,
zhuzh or
just
two.
a
You
little
don't
bit.
need a lot.
And it
And
gets
then
the
people
flavor.
can, salt, but it helps to enhance the flavor of whatever you're cooking. And certainly in the days of time, and still, we use salt as a preservative. Salt will draw out. You think a salt bath, right? To draw out.
Yeah.
So you don't want to put the salt in the beginning of the cooking because it's going to draw out all the juices and you'll have one piece of dry meat.
Oh, yeah.
I just salted on top of the pepper. All these little tips, hopefully they help. But you want to let the meat rest too. I'm just turning it over. It has a nice little brown on the side.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Doesn't need to cook very long because I cut it very small, like chicken tenders, but chicken nuggets. But instead of at, one of the famous industrial brand chicken nuggets, these are Cat's chicken nuggets. Well, that's looking very lovely.
And and plus these chicken nuggets are healthy for you.
Well, yes, and always you want to eat any kind of protein in moderation. One of the reasons why our United States has so many issues with our health is because of our diets and our lifestyles. So I know how hard change is. But if you can make small individual changes, as I brought in with Joan, the little things can add up and help make you feel a lot better, and who knows, can even maybe help you from getting sick.
Yeah.
Because a healthy immune system is stronger than any jab. And even if you decide that you want to be a person who is receiving that type of a support, you still don't want to do it at the neglect of this body, right? That needs to be fed certain nutrient values so that it can feed the inside microbial beings that live inside of all of us, and that then sends information throughout and feeds our whole body. Remember that vagus nerve, it's the longest nerve in our whole body, and it runs from here all the way down and spreads across our whole back. Sends messages to our organs and speaks, so that's why that cat and dog of yoga, having that flexibility. You see, when people get older, they start getting like this. You want to keep that open. Always keep opening up your vagus, keep that open, feed your body well, get sufficient rest, feed your mind well, speak positive about yourself. And when you don't do something that you wished you would have done, be kind to yourself. And therefore, you'll be able to be kind to somebody else too, because you can't give what you don't have. So if you have kindness for yourself, the next time you see someone struggling with some type of enlightenment or glow up, understand you came through a process too, and it took you some time. Be the light and shine on bright. I'm just saying, this is getting so looking good. So looking good. I had a special little plate here ready that I was going to use, and it has disappeared. Well, I used it last night.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I don't know where it went.
But I always like to wipe everything off every time. And then, what I think I'm going to do, we have a few minutes left. So I'm taking the chicken individually out. That's nice.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
Beautiful, right? Nice steam to it.
Yep. Oh, another card you heard from.
I just gave Crystal a whole meal with grass-fed beef and had gravy, and
But she's got a,
she
being a
knows I'm
husky-
doing a show. She likes to be a part. Maybe for the Christmas show, I'll bring her in.
Yeah.
And then we have the nice hot sautéed peppers, the red. I'm hoping you can see some as I'm putting it over the chicken. I'm leaving the oil in, and the oil will not be reused. I don't think that it's healthy for us to use oil that's been used and overused. So oftentimes in the deep fat fryer pans, that's the oil that you're getting
Yeah,
of
they-
everything that's been thrown in that pan. And then after a certain period of time, the oil becomes almost rancid, so
Yeah.
it's not really healthy to use oil more than once. Pretty yellow and red. I don't have the smell-o-vision,
That's too bad because it
But,
smells
you know,
amazing.
I do have
It smells
the,
really good.
the table set,
Yes,
and
you
I
do.
hope that you have your table set today too. And I hope that you can find some nice, inexpensive chicken that's organic. And I just used a little thigh and cut it into pieces. You can stretch it with any vegetables, and it's a healthy way to be able to spend some friendship time and be yellow and be happy and enjoy your communion with your friends and your family.
Yeah.
And we have, as I said, coming soon. We're in the season, so Halloween is coming soon. And next show, we may have a visit from Good Witch Joan.
No, we just might do that. Yeah.
So
Might
that's
see
very
her.
possible. All right, everyone. Bon appetit.
Thank you for joining us.
Welcome to the kitchen. And have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life. Until I see you again, be blessed and be your best you. Bye.
Bye.